you can get the us on the main screen?
Yeah, I can do that too.
And then once the topic comes up, then you could like throw it up there.
All right, I'm gonna go live on your. Right?
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you.
Live on TikTok.
I'm trying to figure out why I'm turned like that.
All right, guys.
Here. Oh wait.
Like this is.
There we go. For this side, because the camera's going on this side.
So how do I?
There we go. That side.
I gotta turn into him.
Because the camera's right there, so yeah, it's gotta be like.
That's weird. I don't like that. Yeah.
Bada Bean, what's going on? Just getting everything set for all the other lives on Instagram, Facebook. Just bear with us, guys. We got a great show for you guys. Good information, Q&A today, and of course, the diddler topic of the day too as well.
Yeah. Brian, is there any way you can get me into the frame so I'm not chopped out? Like, see how John's.
No, yeah, that was the hardest part.
Like I'm like.
If you guys want to get closer together, that kind of helps.
Yeah, my chair's touching his.
Yeah.
I'm just chopped. You can't see my arms at all. I guess.
I can do this.
What's up, guys? Everybody who's tuning in right now, we're just getting everything set up. Got a new camera system, so we're just getting all the angles correct for you guys. This is Titan Lifestyle. Every Friday at 2 p.m. Got John back, got topics. What's going on with Diddy? It's all coming up real soon. Just stay patient. We'll be with you in just a second.
Live on YouTube.
Damn.
Live on Facebook.
All right, Facebook.
Is there a way you could slide over a little bit, or are you gonna be out if you slide over? Yeah, then you're gonna, because I can't get in there. You have to like.
All right, live on Instagram. Are we on Facebook? YouTube.
John, if you want to go a little bit this way. And then I'll move you, and then you can come closer. Yeah. And
Punisher, what's going on? What's going on, Pat? Big USA, Southern Woods, Adriana Loves, Mark Buccetti, what's going on, brother? Hope all is well. Hope you guys are having a great Friday already and a great weekend coming up. And of course, we're going to have great information for you guys. Got people on TikTok. Just stay there for one more minute, and we'll be launching the show. All right, YG Lee in the house, Jim Candy Shop, what's going on?
Also, how's the audio, guys? Can you guys hear us okay? Always got to make sure you guys can hear us.
Audio should be good. I love the background. Thanks, YG Lee. We appreciate that. All right, I think we're going to be ready.
Yeah, we're good to go.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday, and welcome to Titan Lifestyle with me and Big Dru.
What's up, guys? That's right. It's Friday at 2 p.m. Every Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do this with John. It's good to have him back.
Hell yeah.
Glad he's back, feeling better.
Hell yeah.
Everybody had a little bit of a bug going around, so
Yeah.
it's good that he's back. I'm back. I was away last week as well, so
Yeah.
it's good that everybody's back and ready to go.
Yeah.
And topics,
Hell yeah.
therapy of the week. And
Great,
as always,
great topics.
Good topic. Kind of crazy topic. I can't wait till it fully unfolds. You guys got to stay tuned,
Yeah.
find out about that. But let's see who's on right now.
Yes, I
Let's see
mean,
who's
we've got
on.
69 Gorilla Bully, Mark, Dwayne, like I said, everybody else on there. TikTok, what's going on? Melvin Clark, everybody that's on there. You know, let's get into it. So, obviously, we're going to do a Q&A with you guys. So, any question you guys have, a hormone replacement therapy, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, libido enhancers, peptides, nationwide blood work, anything that encompasses that, or anything that we can help you guys out with. Maybe your workouts, how you guys are eating, what you guys are doing if you get sick. Because that was a video I did yesterday. Should you work out when you get sick? Should you not work out when you get sick? What therapies from Titan will help you get better faster, would help me. So we have all these different things that we can talk about today. And, we'll start off with the therapy of the week. And the therapy of the week, this one is awesome because it's actually 3 therapies for the therapy of the week.
Yeah. Trifecta.
Yes, the Titan Trifecta, that's correct. And the Titan Trifecta has 3 main therapies that are involved with it. Now, each one of these therapies create great results, and you can utilize them by themselves. But utilize them together, you're going to get even better results in so many other different ways. So let's talk about them. One's Hercules Potion.
Hercules Potion, you guys can see it's in motion right now. It took a little bit before the show. I have like a little 20-pound dumbbell over there. I only did a couple curls with each arm, but you guys can see my arms are full. It looks like I worked out a lot. So I know guys are always looking for something to get a pump for the photos. Girls too, good for your glutes.
Yep.
If you guys are going to the beach, it's perfect. You could take it, do a couple push-ups, and you stay full all day long. I notice my workouts are, I have to kick myself out of the gym.
Yeah.
Because it's like the strength stays, the stamina stays, and actually one thing that isn't talked about a lot with Hercules Potion is lactic acid. A lot of times guys they get that lactic acid buildup where they just can't push.
Right.
You got to rest your shoulders, it's burning.
Yep.
I noticed with Hercules Potion, I don't know what it is in there, but it actually helps with lactic acid so I could push longer. Lactic acid sometimes hinders people from going their strength because it's a buildup.
Yep.
Old school guys use baking soda. This is a lot better Hercules Potion for that. So
Absolutely.
definitely good before you work out, or just if you want to have a pump. For ladies too, glutes is very important.
Yeah.
The smaller your glute, the bigger it's going to look when you inject the Hercules Potion.
Absolutely.
So if you got huge
rump.
fake BBL, it may not really, but if it's an actual muscle, get it in there, get a pump going, it's going to stay full. So if you guys do photo shoots, all these booty bodybuilding squat videos with some white tights, a little bit in there, it's going to make it look nice around. It's going to keep it round. And it's not a site enhancement. It's not an oil. It's not going to cause an abscess. It's completely healthy and water-based, doctor prescribed. So you don't have to worry about these videos of women getting homemade this and homemade that. It's 100% legit.
That's right.
Just aminos, basically, and some pharmaceutical backwater that's safe enough to inject.
Glutamine, arginine, ornithine, lysine, L-citrulline, proline, taurine, NAC, and L-carnitine are all in just Hercules Potion.
Yeah. I know people that are paying a grip just for carnitine.
Right?
Just for injectable carnitine. But what's good about this, again, it's water-based. A lot of these injectable carnitines are oil-based. So I always hear carnitine injectable hurts. It hurts. It's the oil that's hurting because it's basically, it can't dissolve quick enough into the muscle. Completely different experience when you're using water-based injectables. So anytime you hear me say it's painless, you guys are like, yeah, right. No, it really is when you're dealing with water-based injectables.
Now, not all injectables are water-based feel good either.
Yeah.
So different pharmacies, I'm telling you, pH levels can be different. Yeah. Some of the different things are off, and it can hurt in some of those different injectables. I've witnessed it myself because I'm patient number 0. So if a new pharmacy approaches us and they got a product, and I think it's going to be good, I'm like, all right, let me try this. Let me see how it's going to affect me, and this is going to be good for our patients. So with Hercules Potion and the pharmacy that we use, and nobody else has Hercules Potion on the market, we're the only clinic that was developed by us for our patients. And you're getting a lot out of it. Glutamine is going to help with recovery. Arginine, citrulline, precursor to nitric oxide, vasodilation, blood flow, pump, and it lasts for 4 to 6 hours. Ornithine, that's one of the ones. It's an anti-fatigue amino acid. So when Dru talks about how he can work out longer, stronger, and he's like, man, what's the difference here? Ornithine is that differentiator that's going to help you push through those workouts and do more physical activity. Whether it's running a marathon, it's lifting weights, sexual performance, all these different things. Anything that you're going to get tired with, this is going to help you push through. Lysine to help build the immune system. Now, if you're sick, or you're not sick and you keep working out and you're pushing it hard, you are breaking down the immune system to a certain extent. Lysine is going to help boost that immune system. And then you have NAC. It's great for liver functions, help process fats faster through the liver, proline, collagen-based amino acid. And then you have L-carnitine, which is great in a number of different ways that a lot of people are using for muscle building, blood flow, nervous system. So that's just Hercules Potion.
And that's just, in hearing all this, competitive bodybuilders and get ready for a show, they always get sick.
Yeah.
Because their immune system is being weakened because they're getting so lean, this and that. Yeah. And it's always hard to push through the workouts because their calories are low, this and that. So if you guys are leading into a show, the bottle's 30-shot bottle. You grab a bottle for the last 30 days before you're going to do a show. That way you're able to push through your workouts. You're going to maintain your muscle. Yep. Just like John said, it's going to be fat burning. It's going to be immune system strengthening. So it's kind of like an all-in-one.
Yep.
So if you could use it for other reasons too, but for me, for any bodybuilder out there, and it's not a bodybuilder, it could be bikini, anything. When you're on a strict diet, it's very hard to get through your workouts.
For sure.
It's very hard to push, very hard to get a pump even when you're low carb. Yep. With this, you're not going to have that problem. Strengthen your immune system, get a pump, be able to push through. So in the final stages of getting ready for a competition, or even if you're just want to be lean and just, say if you're doing like fish and veggies for a month and you're just so depleted, helps a lot.
Absolutely.
No heartburn, nothing you have to worry about going in your stomach. A lot of times people, I can just buy the powder, BCAAs. Yeah, but you have a bunch of fillers,
Yep.
and then it's gonna either make you use the bathroom or constipate you, and you're gonna have all that stuff sitting in your stomach.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Hercules Potion, you could have a small meal, stomach is all the protein and just enough what you need with no fillers.
Yep.
And then you take an injection with no fillers, so everything is pure.
Yep.
So you could work out, your stomach stays in. You don't have to use the bathroom in the middle of squatting and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah,
like
that's
it
the worst.
gets bad. When people start taking pre-workout and BCAAs powders,
Yeah.
it's just like a laxative right before you work out.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't make you feel good most of the time.
And not only that, too, when you use the bathroom after taking a product, you're excreting a little bit. So you're going to lose a little bit, whether it's liquid or. So that's why injectables is so important. We preach here at Titan because you're getting every last milligram, microgram, whatever it is. And you don't have to worry about excreting it out through sweat, urine, or feces. It's not leaving your body. It's staying in there.
And it's not getting broken down the gastro tract
Yeah.
either, right? Because when you start eating stuff or taking stuff orally, it's going to get broken down the gastro tract. You're not going to get the absorption rate that you are with the injectable by far. I mean, I would say 10 to 15, maybe 20%. I'm being so generous.
And he's being generous, assuming you have no fat in your skin.
Right.
If you have a whole bunch of avocados and peanut butter and almond butter,
Yep.
it's going to really slow it down.
Absolutely.
So the timing might be off where it's hitting you when you're leaving the gym or halfway through the gym, where Hercules Potion, literally within 10 or 15 minutes, I'm looking around, there's veins forming before I even touch weight.
Absolutely. That's the best, too.
Yeah.
That is the best. If you're vascular, it's going to make you more vascular right away. Next point, ECA Stack Plus. This is the second therapy that's in the Titan Trifecta. Ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium. So ephedrine and caffeine are going to help with fat burning. They're going to help with thermogenesis in the body, so the burning fat. Even if you're sitting here at the desk, right? Yeah. And you're at a desk job and you're drinking, let's say, Red Bulls. This is going to be a lot better for you, one. And two, you're going to feel a lot better. And you're going to be able to burn fat a lot better than a Red Bull or energy drink or whatever you're taking. It's not an over-the-counter fat burner or anything like that. We have different doses for different people. So if you have a tolerance to stimulants, great, then we have a higher dose. If you don't have a good tolerance to stimulants, then we have a lower dose. The other thing about it is that with this, we're getting B12 and chromium in it, which are going to help boost the metabolism naturally. Now, aspirin is in it, and that helps with the blood flow and not getting heart palpitations. But if you are allergic to aspirin, we can create the ECA without the aspirin in it. And at that point, you'll be able to utilize this therapy just like anybody else without the allergic properties of aspirin, if that's the case.
And again, if you're not used to stimulants, I mean, we're probably going to start you at a lower dose anyways, but
Absolutely.
you don't have to be afraid, to start.
Right.
Just like John said, we can custom make it too. So whether
Absolutely.
it's, standard is, I think, 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is the standard U.S. amount, max amount. That's why you see pills and cheap energy drinks, the highest is 200. But you could even go 50 or 100 or take it out. If you have any allergies to aspirin too, because there's aspirin in there, we could take that out. So let us know when you call if there's anything you don't want in there and why you don't want it in there, and we can make the adjustment, custom make it for you.
So our low dose is the pink capsule, and it's got 12.5 milligrams of ephedrine, has 100 milligrams of caffeine, 30 milligrams of aspirin, 1,000 micrograms of B12, 1,000 micrograms of chromium. The dose, the higher dose, is double that. 25 milligrams of ephedrine, 200 milligrams of caffeine, 30 milligrams of aspirin, 1,000 micrograms of B12, 1,000 micrograms of chromium. Now, the thing about it is that this is 200 milligrams. So this is not overdosing you on caffeine or stimulants per day.
But it works, though.
It works great.
It feels like 400,
It
even
does.
though it's only 200,
And you're feeling good. It's not, you don't want that jittery, bouncing off the walls. I feel like a pinball inside. It should not feel like that. At that point, you should feel good. You should feel euphoric. And you should have great, good energy to be able to go in there and knock it out. If you put Hercules Potion together, which has no stimulants, and our ECA Stack Plus, I don't know if I can call it pre-workout because I don't want to get caught in that category, but it would be the best pre-workout that I would take on the market and not overstimulate and get everything out of it very clean, very easy, very simple.
And you don't need a lot either. You only need one capsule and 1 ml. Or maybe one in each side of your body part, bilateral, before you go. And just to give you guys an idea, because we're saying these numbers, 12.5, 200, just to give you guys an idea, standard energy drink, the garbage ones that they sell at all the gas stations, I'm not even going to give them the love of saying the name of them. They're usually 200 milligrams. So if you're used to drinking those 200 milligrams gas station in the can energy drinks or wherever you order it, or even some of the cheap powders at Walmart, usually it's about 200 per scoop. So to give you guys an idea, so if you've been doing one of those cans or one scoop of garbage pre-workout powder, that you would already be at the 200 milligram amount. So if you're used to that and you call in, don't say you want to do the 100 or something like that, because I mean you may be used to the 200. Just to give you guys an idea in numbers, as people hear all this and they're like, oh, I don't know, this and that. If you drink coffee all day long, you should be able to go right to the 200, because your body's probably doing way more than that daily, even though you shouldn't.
Yeah.
So if you're an avid coffee drinker, this, if you work in sales too, it's not just about working out. You guys work in sales, like car sales or something like that, where you just have to be moving inside, showing cars, driving. It's perfect for that too. So,
absolutely. And you know, think about it. Most people that do have to drink energy drinks or coffee or whatever it may be, or even pre-workout, they're doing more than what they should, right? They're not just drinking one can because they start getting a crash. ECA Stack Plus, there is no crash. So at that point, if you're having to drink 3, 4, 5 energy drinks a day, that's a problem. If you're drinking 2, 3 servings of some of these pre-workouts, that's a problem. You're overstimulating. You're going to burn out eventually, because to catch up to that, you're going to have to take more and more and more just to get the effect of where you were at. So,
and the more side effects too with those powders. People take 2 scoops of that and you're not supposed to. Then that's when the heartburn and the stomach, that's when it really...
Heart palpitations, I mean, jitterness, I mean... At that point, nausea or stomach issues. I mean, there's a lot of different things that go along with it.
Now, people, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I had a lot of people asking about niacin. They're like, how much niacin is in Hercules Potion?
There's no niacin.
No. That's the point I'm trying to make. So the itchy face that a lot of ladies hate, a lot of ladies are like, oh, that I used to like it, but now I don't need it because EC doesn't have it. Yeah. But a lot of times people are like, oh, that itchy tingling, or a woman, I feel like I have to shave my legs again. None of that. This, you don't have to worry about the itchy tingling, weirdness,
flushness,
none of that stuff. You're just gonna feel good, clean energy, almost like you're having a great day. Sometimes people have a good day, they're in a great mood, they don't know why, they don't know if they slept. It's kind of like euphoric with that. Absolutely. So Hercules with the ECA first thing in the morning is definitely way better than coffee, way better than the cans and the
I mean the supplementation out there, or anything you guys are taking as far as stimulants, this is going to be the best for you guys all the way across the board. Last component of Trifecta, Titan Complete, MIC, B complex, B12, branched chain amino acids, and L-carnitine again. So methionine and acetylcholine, that's what MIC is. That's in all those super skinny shots. Helps boost the metabolism, helps the liver process fats faster through it quicker. And then you have B complex, which is good for the nervous system, energy, hair, skin, nails, all these different things. B12 to back up with the energy. Branched chain amino acids, 1 to help you not go into cannibalization of your body if you're going to a calorie deficit. But the other point of it is to help build back muscle. And these things are not produced in the body, right? So at that point, these are something you have to get from an outside source. And a lot of people out there are like, oh, well, I'll just get this from my diet. There's not that many people out there that have such a perfect diet that they're getting everything they need as far as amino acids, especially. And if you think you are, we have a blood test that you can see if your supplementation is working. And if it's not, we can supplement and help you guys out where you guys are getting this high retention rate and be able to show numbers on paper, black and white, if it's really working or if it's not.
Yeah, because a lot of times people say, I'm getting it from foods or this and that, but how much are you getting? You may be getting a certain amount, but I mean, just for numbers' sake, you may be getting 100 milligrams just for numbers. And you need 1,000. So I mean, depending on what it is, like, well, I can get potassium from this, or I can get yeah, but how much? A lot of people don't have the time or the stomach to be able to eat that much to get what one little shot can do and give you 5 times. So it's kind of like you're literally going to be eating all day long, bloated all day long, using the bathroom all day long, just to get that same thing you get from one small injection that's painless, and you feel a lot better. So you can get it, but you can't. I mean,
it's tough.
Yeah, you're gonna be eating all day long.
Real tough. Okay, all right. Let's get to some of these questions then. So, Titan Trifecta, Therapy of the Week. All 3 of these you get for an awesome price point. You save a lot of money by getting the Titan Trifecta, unless you were just gonna get them singular. And if you can't get one of them, totally understandable. You want to get just one and try one, cool too. There is a discount code for the Titan Trifecta, and always for the Therapy of the Week. So once we talk about it, if you want more information, call or text 727-389-3220. Our medical staff will be happy to go over more of this information for you or get you signed up as a patient. It's real simple and easy. There's no blood work that's needed for this. All you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. You'll see our medical provider via telemedicine, or you can come in our beautiful facility, up to you, and then you can order the Titan Trifecta. If you're an ongoing patient and you're interested in this, take advantage of the price point and get the Titan Trifecta.
Also, too, if you guys are coming to the office to pick it up, we do in-house blood work now, too. We have food sensitivity tests, and we have other services. So when you call and you're going to say, I'm going to come down to grab this or that, just ask what else services we provide here. you might be able to come down and get it, and while you're here, get your blood work or get another test done or something like that. So
Or get a B12 shot, a glutathione shot, or whatever it is.
yeah,
Right here,
or a UV, get an IV real quick.
Yeah.
If you have a little bit of time, sit down, watch TV. We got TVs in the room. You can relax.
Absolutely.
Get an IV or a UV or whatever.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Good to go. All right, first question, YG Lee. Does the hair growth medication help with pubic hair? Pubic hair.
Yeah.
So when you take any of our hair growth therapies, unless it's like the Titan hair foam, which is, you could use it down there, but it's more site specific. That's going to be more topical in those areas. But if you were taking the hair health capsules, injectable biotin, anything like that, it's going to grow hair all over. It doesn't pick one specific site. So you could be growing more pubic hair, you could be growing more back hair, whatever you have these spots at, it's just going to create hair growth.
Yeah, because I'm assuming he's asking if it's going to increase it because, nowadays a lot of people shave and this and that. So it's a good question. I haven't heard that before. It's not site specific. So even if you put it on your head, it's going to hit everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you put it on your
systematic.
head, usually it's more topical to that area.
Right.
It is more site specific.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about like injectable biotin, or like I just shoot in your deltoid, that's
Yeah.
going to work systematically.
Okay.
Hair health capsules you're taking orally, it's going to work systematically. So those are if you are looking to do that, then that would be the way to go. And I've seen some people out there, like I just seen this doctor the other day that I was talking to, and he's in hair transplants and stuff like that. And usually hair transplants they take from the back of the head because it's DHT resistant. And if your DHT is high, usually you lose it in the crown area and the front area. But he was talking about how he is doing transplants from pubic hair regions, back hair, chest hair, putting on top of the head.
I don't know about that one. Who knows?
The guy showed me some results. The guy's like an older doctor. I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. But the only thing I would think of is there's scarring because they do take the follicles out.
Yeah.
And they have to place those follicles, and sometimes that can cause scarring. So
yes, a lot of people's hair is different. My hair is extremely thick.
Yeah.
When I went to see about laser hair removal, they said it's going to take a lot of treatment because a lot of my hairs, they have 2 hairs or 3 coming out of one pore. It looks like a palm tree. It's 3 sprouting out. So like even if I pluck it out, it's like ripping a tree out of the ground because the roots are so much in there. So like hair could be a pain. You know? When they make a cream that you can put on your skin, the hair goes away permanently. I want it. I want gallons and gallons because I take a bath in it.
I would try to get the hair removal on my chest and my back and stuff like that. And like you guys stay out of the sun for so long. And
it's like treatments and treatments.
Yeah, it's like and then our skin, skin types and all that. It's just kind of weird. So
it's different with women. Yeah, they have like peach fuzz. They can go one treatment. Yeah, I got it done. It's gone forever. Me. It's like hacking away at a forest.
Yeah, I know.
It's not going to work.
So, that's out.
You guys can put it on your face. So if you want to grow a nice beard like this, put the hair stuff on your face. I never hear people really talk about using their face. Guys, a lot of guys, they can't grow a beard. They wish they could, this and that. So, I want to see if there's guys that have been using it on their beard. If it makes it thicker. My beard's thick. It's too thick anyways. But, I want to see how it looks like before and after.
And that's another thing. They're doing transplants, girls' eyebrows now, and beards too, especially for guys that can't. Because some guys get patches. Right? They can grow, but they can't grow all here. So it's just it's an evolution here of what's going on in medicine.
I wish I was that guy.
What else we got here? Will your clinic help with type 2 diabetes? So if you're a type 2 diabetic, right? There's some different medications that we prescribe for weight loss, but they're type 2 diabetes medications. So we're talking about semaglutide, tirzepatide. These are 2 main ones that we do, and we do these for weight loss. But what they do is, and what they originally were FDA approved for, was controlling type 2 diabetics. So at that point, if you have that problem, then one, you can go on this medication, and it's going to control your hemoglobin A1C. And most people that have diabetes type 2 are overweight or obese. Some people aren't, but majority of people are. And, some of these people can actually reverse the insulin resistance and the type 2 diabetes that they have. I've seen some patients literally get off medications because they brought down their body fat, they brought down the weight, and then they got themselves on a healthy regimen when they were working out and on a proper diet.
It's amazing what food can do.
It's
amazing.
It is. That controls it, but once you get out of sight and insulin resistance starts pushing up, then at that point, it's tougher to do this, right? Metabolism can be damaged and all these different things. So it's really key to, one, control type 2 diabetes. If you are a type 2 diabetic, do not let your glucose get out of control. Cellular deterioration happens with more glucose in the bloodstream. What does that mean? That means that you can lose limbs, you can lose eyeballs, deterioration happens throughout the body. So it's something that really needs to be looked at and really needs to be controlled for sure. 100%.
Yeah, I see a lot of people, older people, out of obese people have been like that for a while. They lose the foot.
Oh man, toes.
Or they'll be in their wheelchair and they'll lose from the knee down. And
I literally had a guy I grew up with back home, and he was type 2 diabetic in his 20s, and he didn't stop doing what he was doing. He literally lost an eyeball, and they had to put a glass eyeball on him. He's dead now because of diabetes. He literally died because of it. So that's a very extreme case, but if people don't do what they're supposed to be doing, then at that point, your body's just not going to be like, oh, okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's going to start going downhill, and this deterioration all throughout the body. So
you definitely want to maintain. Don't play catch up. A lot of times people wait for they wait for their engine light in their body to be on, then they fix the problem. And it's too late, and they have other issues. So we preach over here at Titan is maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Don't just be healthy this year, or don't be next year I'm going to get healthy, and then your body go to crap for the whole year, or your insides. It's not just about looking healthy; it's about actually being healthy too. So you don't have to have muscles, you don't need to have abs, you don't need to be lean, you don't need to look like a fitness person. You just have to feel good. A lot of our patients, people say, "Oh, I want to start with Titan, but I don't want to be as big as you." I'm like, "Look, I'm the only guy over here that's about my size. Everybody else is normal. Most of our patients are normal people. A lot of them don't go to the gym; they just want to look good and feel good.
They want to be healthy.
There's a lot of soccer moms. I hate to use that term, but just regular soccer moms that just regular life, they don't work out, but they're taking our stuff, they're feeling better, they're losing weight, even though they're not even working out, which is huge. Not everyone wants to go to the gym, but there's a lot of overweight people who want to work out. So now we have things like semaglutide, terzepeptide, where now they're like, okay, I just take this and lower my sugar and salt a little bit, and I'm good to go. So, I mean,
and
we
listen,
got
guys,
everybody.
If you guys aren't doing activity, listen, just because you are on maybe a hormone replacement therapy with us, you're taking testosterone, or you're taking some other different therapies, that doesn't mean you're going to get like Dru. Dru has been doing this a long time. He's put a lot of work, a lot of effort. I mean, and a normal person doesn't have to do that. Now, should you get activity or do some weight training? Absolutely. That's healthy for you. And if you're really trying to lose weight, building more muscle will burn more fat. So at that point, people ask me all the time, should I do cardio or should I do weightlifting? Weightlifting. I definitely think weightlifting over cardio. Now, do you want to add some cardiovascular activity? Great. That's a perfect thing. But don't beat yourself up and grind yourself out just on cardiovascular activity.
Yeah, I see women all the time. They're like, I need to get a bigger butt. And they go do all this treadmill, and I'm going to get burning it off. Ladies, when you go to the gym, if you go to a commercial gym where it's at the busiest time, when you look at the women that are in the best shape, they're not on the stair machine. They're not on they may be after they're done working out. But for the most part, they're squatting, they're lifting. Even over here at the crunch by the office. You go in there right now, the women in the best shape is underneath some weight.
Absolutely.
The women that are out of shape are the ones that go there. They sit on their stationary bike. They'll be talking on the phone. They're just going through the motions. Like, that's not doing anything. That's making your body look worse. So calories burned are calories burned. I tell people all the time, if you could push heavy weight, you don't need the cardio. I don't do cardio. The more muscle you have, the more you can eat what you want and not have to do it.
This is true.
So it's not like I eat clean now anyways. But every once in a while, if I want to have a couple chocolate bars or even a pint of ice cream, I'll do it and feel fine the next day. I mean, these people eat like crap all week, but do cardio all week. It doesn't go.
It's crazy. Papa Luca 70. This is a good one, by the way. Let's hear this out. I was taking Titan basic testosterone kit, but my psychiatrist told me to stop taking testosterone and said my test levels for my blood work at 300 were normal.
Where was this?
You know what? Your psychiatrist should stick to what they know and have our providers stick to what they know. At this point, 300, you may be normal. 264 to 916 on a LabCorp reference range is a normal range. It's a huge range. But how do you feel? Are you having symptoms of low testosterone? Because if you're at 300, I guarantee you are. Your body's not optimal. There's no reason not to replace or optimize your testosterone if it's that low. Now, I'm not saying go in super physiological levels. You're not bodybuilding. You're not doing anything crazy, right? You're not doing a gamma test or anything like that. You're doing testosterone to replace the natural testosterone that you've lost, and you're trying to optimize it because, listen, if you're going to take testosterone, you might as well be at the top of the scale, right?
Yeah.
Not crazy over, but at the top.
Yeah, I tell people this all the time. I heard that before too. What we do here at Titan, we get to the optimal levels.
Yeah.
Normal is not necessarily optimal.
No.
And the thing is, normal after a while doesn't become normal. It's just normal now.
Right.
But it could be 15 years from now. It's not normal. So I mean, it's normal for people to eat like crap and don't go to the gym.
Right.
But it's not optimal.
No,
You know, it's really not.
definitely
So I mean, it's not just about normal. If you wanted to be normal, you could, you know, eat at McDonald's every day and drink Mountain Dew and, you know, drink alcohol every night. If you want to be, quote unquote, for this country, normal.
What's the new normal?
I take pride in not being normal.
Exactly.
I never want to be normal.
Absolutely.
I want to be optimal on every level.
For sure. You know, it's all about having a better quality of life, right? Having energy when you wake up, feeling good as you're going through the day, being able to do what you like to, being motivated. Having low testosterone levels just don't affect muscle. It affects brain activity too, because there's testosterone receptors in the brain. So clear thinking instead of foggy thinking. Your body, metabolism-wise, is better. Cardiovascular health is better. These are proven things that we know now. You know, even sugar levels for people. It'll improve your hemoglobin A1C, maybe not all the way if you have a bad diet, but it will improve sugar levels and how your body works. You know, so I think your psychiatrist should not talk about what they are not licensed to do. Psychiatrists, all right, you want to go talk to them, you have some issues or some other things going on, great. They can hear you out. They can go over a treatment plan of what their scope of practice is. Them talking about testosterone, and how do they look? How do those guys look? I want to know, because most of the psychiatrists or psychologists, even doctors I know, they're out of shape. These guys aren't feeling good themselves.
Or a lot of these nurses you see them on a lunch break eating Chick-fil-A, smoking a cigarette in scrubs.
For sure.
But they're telling me how to.
And obese, overweight, most of them.
Get out of here.
I mean, even we talk about normal.
All they know how to do is take vitals. I mean, that's pretty much it.
You know, normal. What is normal? So what I think
normal is 60% of the country is obese.
That's right.
That's normal.
That's normal.
So
do you want to be like that? Hell no. Is that going to bring out more health problems in the future? Hell yes. Even when I go through the mall, I look at most of these shops, and Sharice is like, damn, she's like, I don't need, like, she went by Victoria's Secrets. That was one of her favorite stores. She likes to get underwear from there. In there, the mannequins are overweight, obese. And when she goes in there, she tries to get underwear, and she can't get the underwear because they don't have the sizes in stock. They're catering to obese and overweight people because that's the majority of the population. Now, things are going to change.
I want to look like the mannequin at Dick's, not the mannequin in the...
You mark my words. With all the weight loss medications that we have out there, that's why Ozempic, the commercial brand, is in a shortage. Because everybody and their mama is going to start taking these weight loss medications, and then everybody's going to start getting skinny. I'm telling you, it's coming. It will be a revolution, and a majority of people will be thin.
Yeah, like people don't want to work to get their butt. They want to get a BBL.
Yep.
So now people are like, oh, I don't have to work out to lose weight. So
no, it's instant gratification.
Instant. Yeah, it's true.
You know, and listen.
You're going to have people either too skinny or like too big.
Yeah, and listen, I love those medications, but I don't like the fact that people do not want to change their lifestyle. They want to use these things as a crutch and be able to utilize it, and it will work.
It should be a jump start.
It will work, but it should be a jump start. And it should be somebody, because it curbs appetite, one, and it slows down digestion. So that means you're not hungry all the time. That means you should be able to pick better food sources and eat smaller portions possibly. So at that point, like, you know, you utilize the tools, don't just use them as a crutch.
Another thing is, too, just like John said earlier, I've been saying this for years, look at the person that's giving you this information. Because I have people telling me stuff that I'm looking at these people, I'm like, okay. And then say if I have their Facebook or their Instagram, I'll scroll back to see, okay, what they look like a couple of years ago. They've always looked like crap, but maybe they have a little NASM training certificate or some little degree, or, you know, they went through a certification. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. I'd rather the guy that has zero qualifications, that's been eating steak, broccoli, and rice and water for 10 years, that's shredded, that does no cardio. Now, if he says do something, I'm going to do it. It doesn't matter about the guy. I don't care if he has a gym tag, name tag on, or all that stuff. That doesn't mean anything. Like, look at your source. That's why I say a lot of these nurses that tell you you're unhealthy are unhealthy. Like, I feel like it should be required if you're a nurse that you have to maintain your health. Like, not just on paper, like looking healthy. You know, it's kind of like, I'm not going to be a divorce marriage counselor.
No.
So why would I be someone who's out of shape saying, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that? I'm just like, I call people out on it, and I feel like that's what's need to be done.
Absolutely.
If somebody's out of shape, you don't need to say, oh, you're fat and make them feel bad. But you just need to be like, hey, look, I would rather take the information with someone with a physique I like to acquire,
Yep.
rather than, I got this degree, because the only thing they have is a degree.
Right.
That's all they have.
Certification. They don't even have to read
certification.
this. That's what I'm saying.
I got my license from some online nursing school, and
Not accredited.
Your scrubs should not be a 2XL.
No.
They shouldn't make 2XL women's scrubs. They should not, unless you're 6'2".
Right.
For the length, they shouldn't make them. It is what it is.
It's very, very true. And we've conformed to this in so many different ways. From our police force and police officers being overweight and obese, not
how you gonna catch somebody?
Physical activity, right? And two, our armed services. I mean, it's crazy. We were talking about this, I think, a year, maybe 2 years ago, how they've lowered the standards in every service branch. It's ridiculous, guys. Come on.
We need to take a note from China. I look at China.
Yeah.
Those kids are like physical education. They're like literally working out in school, like it's like part of it.
I mean, even Europe. Most of those people are a lot thinner, right? And we have to look at what they restrict out of food sources and what we let in as the United States in these food sources. Yeah. It's a huge difference. They don't even even in Mexico, right? And Mexico's you think of Mexico as laid back, right? As far as regulation, law, and all this stuff. They don't allow high fructose corn syrup in any of their products. Yeah. So you get a Mexican Coke, it's cane sugar. Now, sugar, right? Still going to raise blood sugar levels.
But it's real sugar.
But it's real sugar, all right? So I'd rather do that than drinking any high fructose corn syrup. And corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, and the way that they're spinning it and these different names are in pretty much everything across the board.
See, one thing a country I realize is stepping up to Russia. Shout out to Russia. Russia banned fake meat. They're banning a lot. They're banning fructose. They're banning everything. So hopefully it comes over here on the East. But we got a good question by Alex Rami. He's saying, how do you combat the water retention when on TRT, which is testosterone and hormone replacement therapy? I know only some people are prone to it. Now, one thing we do out here at Titan is when you get your blood work done, you're going to look at your estrogen. If your estrogen is high, chances are you're holding water because of that or high sodium. But we do here at Titan is if you're prescribed to it, if you're qualified for it, they'll give you guys a anastrozole, which is an aromatase inhibitor. So it's going to actually stop the estrogen from going to your body. Less estrogen, less water retention, less mood swings, less breakouts, less oily skin, less fat. So that's one of the ways you can combat water retention with some of the stuff that our doctors or medical providers will prescribe you. The other way, like I said before, is just cleaning up your diet, lowering your sodium, increasing your water, and all that for a prolonged period of time. You don't just do it for 3 or 4 days and now, stay on it. So anastrozole or tamoxifen. We have some other stuff too, but those are the main ones that are used to combat low estrogen, which is high estrogen, which is a side effect of water retention.
Yeah, so I mean that's a majority of people. Somebody asked me about it on Tuesday. How do I get rid of the tomato face or the juice face? And I'm like, well, listen, you probably have high blood pressure because of it, because your estrogen's high, water retention is high. That creates high blood pressure. That's why people look like that. Round muscles with no definition. He has definition, right? He's big. He has definition in his arms. He's lean in the face, even though he has this beautiful beard on him. Yeah, right. So at that point, most of the people you think it, me, O'Hearn, anybody else, like they're dialed in, and O'Hearn's not on test. So that's one thing. But me and him are. So at that point, you don't have to look like a juice face to be on testosterone. Yeah. And everybody is prone to it. So not just some people, everybody is.
A lot of times people too, like when you see guys with a huge stomach, looks like a turtle shell. Chances are they're blasting the testosterone.
For sure.
So what happens when you blast the testosterone, your estrogen goes way, way up.
For sure.
And if your estrogen goes way, way up, now you have to overtake the stuff that you're prescribed for estrogen, and then it just goes the other way. That way you have like the roid stomach that's poked way, way out. On TRT, you're never going to have that problem. Right. I've never heard of a guy on TRT that's taken prescribed TRT, not just his own concoction. Real TRT. I've never heard of him having any crazy side effects, whether it's aggression. All the side effects you hear are from misuse.
Yes.
Like misuse. Guys that take 4, 5, 10 times the amount, like, why would you even do that, You're going to have a slew of other problems. And I hear guys, too, I want to take a lot of testosterone so I can up my libido, up my sex drive. Yeah, that may work, but if you go too high, it literally destroys it.
Yes.
And you have what's, I've seen bodybuilders get this, which is called a test flu. Where you have flu-like symptoms because you're having an overload. So everything is optimal. Be patient. Be patient with your TRT. Just slowly take everything as you should. Like the Titan Complete and the Trifecta, you can take one a day. Like, it's typical one a day men's or women's vitamin injectable form. One a day and just slowly take it. After a few months, you're going to feel good, and just keep with it. Like, don't just say I feel good now and stop.
Yep.
Like, just keep with it. There's nothing we have here at Titan that's prescribed a long period of time, except for maybe, MK, certain things. But TRT, you could stay on that.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
for
like,
sure.
oh, yeah, how long you guys do TRT? How many weeks is the cycle? It's not a cycle.
There
It's
is no
TRT.
cycles. Yeah.
This is not bodybuilding. This is not a cycle. It's TRT.
Yeah. Question on TikTok. Did blood work and prescribe TRT? Don't trust the clinic. How can I transfer to you guys? It's so simple to transfer us. So if you've been prescribed, we'll verify that prescription. You'll do a visit with our medical provider, fill out the new patient paperwork, and boom, you're good to go. If you're at another clinic and, listen, you didn't do TRT with them yet or anything like that, you would do blood work with us first. Then we get the blood work, do the visit, and you're good to go. So it's real simple and easy to transfer over. If you're on testosterone already prescribed, you don't have to stop it. We know, because we'll verify the prescription. And we'll say, hey, listen, this guy's on testosterone. We don't want you to crash. If you're taking it self-prescribed, then we're going to have to get a baseline of numbers. Just so you guys know. I just want to be upfront and honest with you guys. Papito, what's going on?
We got Q Rush asking about Mott C.
Where's that at?
That's on the Titans. Asking Mott C with a question mark.
Okay.
Oh, Rushton.
Okay. Oh, Rushton. All right. So Mott C. Mott C is one of our newest therapies, the peptide therapy too as well. They say this mimics exercise in the body.
Game changer, man.
Boosts the metabolism, helps with sugar levels, like we talked about before, lowers inflammation in the body too as well. Sharice has been on this one. It's been a game changer. You don't have to take this 3 times a week, so it's not something you have to take every day. And it's been a game changer for weight loss and so many different patients. Water-based.
Insulin needle?
Yep, insulin needle.
IM?
Sub-Q.
Sub-Q. So sub-Q, what that means, guys, you basically just pinch a little bit of fat and go right underneath the skin. You don't need to go straight in. Sub-Q. That's what sub-Q means. You guys ever hear sub-Q?
So very, very cool. And then YG Lee said, I've been on the NAD for a few months and my mind has been super clear.
Nice.
That's one of the best ones out there. If you're looking for mental clarity, if you're looking to up your mental clarity, NAD is going to be the one for you.
If you've been misusing or mistaking and you don't need it, Adderall.
Yes.
This is like the closest thing. A lot of times people are like, Adderall kills your appetite. You don't need it. It's a pill, it has a filler.
Yep.
It can become addictive. You don't need it. So Mott C is a good thing with that too.
It's a narcotic, right? And it's coming into shortages because of what's going on out there. A lot of people prescribe this that do not need it. And a lot of people don't feel good on this, and it will burn you out later on. So,
and price, if you look at the price-wise, the other thing can be expensive too. So
you're talking about something that's healthier for you.
Yeah.
With NAD for sure.
We have Strunk_Dad is asking, what do you have to say about Clomid as TRT? Clomid will raise your tests on paper a little bit, but it has a lot of other side effects. It could be bad for your eyes. Here at Titan, we usually do enclomiphene, which is kind of like a derivative, I guess, of Clomid. You're not going to get the side effects. It's a lot safer. You can take it long term. It's kind of like HCG, so you could take it with to keep your natural up. And again, enclomiphene is a pill. It's a capsule. So one a day or every other day or once, however you're prescribed, everyone's different. It's a lot easier to take than HCG too. So enclomiphene over Clomid. Clomid has too many side effects, and I would, in my opinion, enclomiphene is optimal, better than HCG, better than anything.
I do like it. I've taken Clomid, I've taken clomiphene. I'm on a clomiphene now with my HRT. Clomid caused negative, dark side effects for me. So bad thoughts. I don't know what to say. I was like, man, I've never been like this ever mentally. So at that point, I'm off of this, and that was a big one for a lot of people out there. Even with Clomid, people would get the numbers right on paper. Like it looked good, maybe 700, whatever it was, but they still had the symptoms, and that's not right either. And then clomiphene works a lot better all the way through and through. Can you stand Semirolin long term? So Semirolin is a GHRH peptide. It's a growth hormone releasing hormone peptide. It's one of the first ones to hit the market, and this was supposed to replace growth hormone for young kids that had growth hormone deficiencies. But the thing about Semirolin is it only works for a short period of time. You might get good results between 3 and 6 months. After that, you won't get the results. You won't feel as good as you did. Sleep patterns won't be as good as they are. There's way better things on the market, like CJC 1295 with ipamorelin. 2 peptides in one work synergistically together. Longer half-life, stay in the body longer, and work for a long extended period of time. But if you really want to get the Mac Daddy of GHRHs, test Semirolin is going to be the way to go. Raising growth hormone levels and targeting belly fat, visceral fat on the body. So, and it works long term, so you're going to get the best of both worlds with that. There's no other drug on the market that is FDA approved to target belly fat. Nothing on the market except for testosterone. So it's good. That's really good. All right, so next question.
Shout out to Hulk Squad. See
Hulk Squad in the house. What's up? I had a heart condition, and my cardiologist won't let me do TRT. Is there an alternative? So you could talk about doing possibly enclomiphene. There's some different things as far as that goes. And now cardiology, depending on what the heart condition is, they are not going to like testosterone. That doesn't mean you possibly might not be able to use testosterone. You might want to get a second opinion too as well. But enclomiphene would probably be my backup if I had to utilize something. ATG still there, but enclomiphene is going to be easier with a capsule and stuff like that. But you could possibly try ATG or enclomiphene, and that would probably help you out.
Also, too, make sure you mention your doctor before you try anything. Like if you hear us say, "Oh, try this, try that," make sure you just mention it to him. A lot of these conditions are different and everything like that. So I don't like to tell people try this if they have a condition without. Right. I mean, I'm assuming you'll tell your doctor or whoever you're dealing with, but I always want to check with them first before changing anything.
Yeah.
Or even with Titan, a lot of our patients always check, let us look up your actual file and what you're on. Don't just hear someone else say, "Oh, I'm doing one a day now. I was doing every other day." Always call, because everyone's different. You don't want to mess yourself up,
right.
And you don't want to waste money by taking too much of something you don't need. So
always
check here first before you switch or change your doses.
Right. What's the difference between maximum TRT versus testosterone injections? I don't know. Is that a company? Just let me know. I have no idea. Maximum TRT, that sounds like a company. And then they might do something like an oral testosterone or whatever it is versus injectable. Injectable is going to work way better 100% of the time. Yeah. I've seen there is a commercial brand that came out with an oral testosterone, but you got to take it every day too. So, it just depends on what you want to do there. Now, it would probably get you up in the levels because I think they make 200 milligrams and they make a 300 milligram capsule or pill, which works kind of like. It doesn't work going through the liver because that would be very toxic on the liver.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
It doesn't work like that.
Doesn't sound good.
It works sublingually almost to an effect like the troches that we have, but it works like that. So I haven't had too many patients that are on it, but I know injectable over pellets for sure, creams, gels, deodorants they got on. They got one. Some of these guys are wiping some of these creams on their testicles. They think they're getting a better response that way.
I've heard of people doing that, kind of like a homemade ED thing. And come on, you might as well. You need something like that. Yeah. PT41 will get you right.
Yeah.
Don't try. We got concoctions for everything, so don't use that. I've heard that literally many of times where guys are like, "Yeah, I had some testosterone cream, so I just rubbed it on." Well, not only that, I mean, if you're using it for something ED, you're rubbing testosterone on you, and then you're going to go penetrate a woman with testosterone on you. So you're literally giving her testosterone. That's like a whole nother issue. Don't do that. We have stuff over here you could take orally that's going to fix the problem. She could take orally that's going to fix the problem. Like, don't take stuff if it's not you. Don't drink NyQuil to go to bed. Take Serenity or other stuff we have. Don't. It's crazy.
Let me see here. YG said, I had my Titan shirt on at the gym yesterday, and a few guys walked up to me and I asked about your clinic. I told them you were the best. Thank you so much, YG. We really appreciate that. Hopefully we're doing right by all our patients out there. And that's our biggest advertising, I guess, word of mouth. There's a lot of patients out there that send a lot of people a lot of referrals because they're getting great results. We support them 1,000,000%. So if they have any problems, issues, we're there for them. So we're there for you, those guys too. If I'm already subscribed TRT through my doctor, can Titan Medical still help me out? Absolutely. Absolutely. We can get you the missing components per se. Let's say you're going through your doctor and you are getting insurance to cover it and you're happy with your testosterone. But a lot of these guys will not prescribe an aromatase inhibitor like an anastrozole or no gonadal support like enclomiphene. We can definitely help there. If you don't care about that and you're looking to get Titan Complete or Hercules Potion, you can come to us. You don't have to get testosterone from us to get a blood test. You don't have to become a patient to get a blood test. But if you want to get one of our therapies, all you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. You can just get seen for Hercules Potion, Titan Trifecta, or ECAs, and just continue what you're doing over there. That's totally fine. And if they're not doing you right or you're not getting results, then you can transfer over, and we'll help you get those results and help you feel better.
Yeah. Tom Dollarhide said, yep, that's what the prescription says. Do not put on your nuts.
Right.
So basically, don't use testosterone cream on your testicles.
Yes. How often do you need blood work if you take enclomiphene and MK677? Enclomiphene you're going to do every 3 to 6 months. 3 months is really good. 6 months, that's the bare minimum. So you can see where those levels are at, how those levels are affecting. I would also look at estradiol levels too. That would be in our blood work. MK677, usually you're going to want to stay on that for 90 days in total and then get off for a little bit. So at that point, you can look at that, see what's going on. Big Titans, how's your Friday going? Going good over here, right?
How's it going?
Yeah,
it's going great.
Yeah.
It's going absolutely great. I'm looking at a question right now. Ron John says, other than needle, other options for testosterone? He's asked if we have nose gel, topical creams, other stuff.
Sure.
Good question, especially what we're talking about right now. So with the creams and stuff like that.
We've got creams. We've got sublingual troches that you can utilize. These are very simple, very easy to use, and you'll get a good effect from it too as well.
I'd always say injection's the best way to go.
I do too.
If you have tough skin or a bunch of oil or fat in your stomach, it's really not going to absorb.
Yeah.
So IM and not sub-Q. I hear a lot of guys doing sub-Q now.
Yeah.
Oh, I microdose sub-Q. I take the same amount weekly, but I do every day or twice a day.
Yeah.
Oil-based stuff is not made to be sub-Q.
Right.
It's made to be IM. So
Absolutely.
put it IM.
Absolutely.
And also make sure you're hitting the muscle. Don't use your insulin needles to inject your testosterone because it's smaller or this and that. You want to get your money where you might make sure it's into the muscle.
Absolutely.
If you have fat, a little bit of fat and water on top of your delt and then try to go in with that little, it may not reach. So make sure you use what the doctor, what the medical provider are giving you.
Anything good for tennis elbow? BPC 157 for sure. Tennis elbow, BPC 157, TB 500. These are going to be the best healing peptides. Tennis elbow, golf elbow, ligaments, joints, tendons, muscles. Great for this. Even if you have wounds that are open, it'll help expedite the healing of those wounds too as well. I've done it on a number of different patients in a number of different ways.
Simply Deep 1985 has a great question. Any questions? Are your questions only fitness and body related? I don't want to bring up anything non-content related. First of all, I appreciate you asking that. There's respect you saying.
Yes.
But you could ask us anything.
Sure.
We're talking about stuff that makes you look good, feel good, because we have here at Titan. But I mean, obviously we're a PG show, so we're not going to get crazy. Yeah. But if you have other questions, ask us. If we can answer it, we'll answer it.
Hell yeah.
We try to relate things to stuff that Titan has just because, it's what we do here at Titan. Yeah. But, I mean, if it's somewhere we could help you out, that's what it's all about. Absolutely. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. And, again, the questions come up on the screen. They don't come up behind me. I mean, they can. But, Brian's good at making sure it's not popping up. So even if it's a crazy question, I'm sure he's not going to throw it behind. We'll see it first, and we just won't answer it. Right. So ask any question you guys want to ask.
So why did you say, when I was on clomiphene, I felt it in a couple weeks. And you will. Yeah. You'll feel it in a couple weeks, and you'll start feeling better. That's just the way it is. Yeah. Tony said, maximum TRT versus testosterone injections, they say it's boosted naturally. No, they're not. What? Now I know who you're talking about for sure. This is definitely a company that's online. And, when I seen this company online, and I don't knock companies in my business. That's just bad business practices. But when I seen this guy, he was talking about how the hedge fund invested $30 million in his company. And I'm like, all right, great. What are you doing for patients? And their big thing is clomiphene. That's what they prescribe to patients. Now they're starting to get into the oral TRT that is a commercial product. That's not natural. What is natural?
I want to know what these levels are going to. Are they going from 350 to 405? Are they actually getting optimal?
If you're in clomiphene, right, and let's say you're at 300, you'll probably get it up to 700. I mean, why'd you leave? I know we put him on it. I know he was like maybe 800 or something like that. Yeah. So it will bring it up 100%. 100%. But it's a more natural way, I guess, but it's not natural. Yeah. Natural is your body naturally doing or performing or getting to that level by itself without any sort of help whatsoever. So it's kind of the way that they push that online, I really don't like it. I mean, they're trying to set themselves apart from a TRT injection, but we're raising testosterone levels one way or the other, whether we use this medication or this medication. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, so, just because it's in a capsule doesn't mean it's natural.
Right.
They think automatically, we don't inject, so we're better. We're natural. It's actually the opposite. Yeah. Injection's a lot better.
For sure.
We could do a whole show on how it's better.
Yeah, absolutely.
How it's safer, how it's better, more effective, everything. So it is what it is.
Strong Dad said, where do you recommend T to be? So we want to be at the top of the reference range. Now, LabCorp's reference range to Quest reference range is a little bit different. Quest still goes to 1150 at the top of the range. So we want to see you there on Quest. On LabCorp, 916, we want to see you at the top. 900, 916, right around there. That you're feeling good with. You have no symptoms with, no negative side effects with. this is what dialing somebody in means. Not everybody gets the exact same dose and reacts the exact same way or gets the exact same number or feels the exact same way. This is where personalized regimen really comes into play. Okay, so the dude who runs Maximus, his name is Dr. Cam. They're way too expensive. They charge $200 a month, which is insane. And that might just be clomiphene.
So it's just, yeah. So
you know? So you're really not getting any other components or anything like that. So it is what it is.
It sounds like they're trying to make money off of people. I mean, I don't know this place, but just $200 and only giving them one thing.
Yep.
Now, is this place doing anything for estrogen? Are they doing anything, or is it just testosterone? Because I know a lot of, we talked about this before, a lot of the VAs and vet clinics and stuff, they just testosterone. They don't even look at estrogen. So
and that's a problem.
Yeah, that's not good. If they're charging $200 a month just for that, what they'll probably do is then say, oh yeah, by the way, your estrogen's up, and then start tacking on. Next thing you know, you spend $1,000 a month for capsule TRT, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. Can you take tirzepatide and testosterone together? Absolutely. Most of the things that we offer here at Titan Medical Center, you can be able to utilize together for expedited results or for different results. If you go on, so for example, all the three things that we said, Titan Trifecta, Hercules, ECA, Titan Complete, all go together. If you're on testosterone replacement therapy, you can utilize any of the different therapies to be able to stack on as long as your health history is okay. So yeah, you can utilize both these things together, which I think would be a great combination. There was actually a guy that was on my live on Tuesday who was taking HCG, testosterone, and I think it was a Hercules Potion or something like that. He's like, man, my results
probably feeling great.
He said, my results are great. So, that is what it is. All right, so the question here. Okay, cool. I want your opinion on this. What's your opinion on movies that show men in embarrassing situations that'll get you made fun of, and how would you handle them in general?
You'd have to give us an example.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that means.
I mean, so if you're talking about like if in a movie, like I'm in the lunch hall and somebody pulls down my pants and bags me.
Yeah.
How would I handle this situation?
Or it could be a situation where we're talking about using stuff for ED.
Yeah.
It could be anything. Just give us an example. Ron John said his test level is 650, he's 43.
Yeah.
His doctor say he doesn't need testosterone. What do you guys think? Could he still bring it up?
650 is pretty good at 43 years old. I'm not going to say no, that's not a good number. Now, my thing to back this thing or ask, I guess, next would be, when did you take the blood test? And most providers want a blood test in the AM. So 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., right in there. Now, the thing about it is that when you wake up, your testosterone levels are probably going to be at the highest they are. And then through the day, they start depleting down. That's why most guys that have low testosterone usually can get up and go to the job. And they get through their day, and then when they get home, they crash out on the couch. And it's not because they've had such a long day and such a fatiguing day. They're really legitimately tired. Now, the wife is complaining because she's not getting any personal time with you. Kids can't play with you. They're upset. Daddy, wake up. Let's do this. So, that's kind of what it is. So I would do an afternoon test to see where it comes back at in the afternoon. If it's still at 650, then you know what? At 43 years old, I'm not going to say that's bad. But the next thing you need to look at is if you're symptomatic. If you're having these symptoms, then a provider should look at not just the number, but they should look at the symptoms too and correlate this to maybe help you out. Maybe it's another year, when these levels start going down. I've seen levels dramatically drop within a year or two for some people, and they need testosterone replacement therapy or something to boost those levels.
Yeah.
Here's an example. Somebody saw you in a compromising situation alone at some secluded area. Ooh.
Yeah, nowadays with everything being recorded, that could be anything. I tell people now, like, it doesn't matter. Unless you're home, in your house, in your bathroom with the door locked, you're being recorded and listened to. So always got to make sure of that. So I don't really do anything that's crazy.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Especially being the light that we're in.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people know us, recognize, see us in the street, wherever it is. And so, it's just crazy. I was at this music festival this last week, right? And it was like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We were finishing up. And this lady is in the bathroom. I'm waiting for Sharice in the bathroom. She goes, "Oh, you're Titan Medical." I'm like, I don't have any Titan stuff on at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, no hat, or nothing, nothing. Because I usually am wearing this, so of course I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
But at that point, when the lady said that, she's like, "Oh, Titan Medical Center likes electronic music, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a regular person. I like this music, so
Right.
of course, what's going on here?"
I get that all the time. Walking, hey, Mr. Titan, Mr. Titan.
But you get it, right?
But I wear Titan every day, so I gotta represent well.
Yeah.
Another thing too, I don't think I've ever talked about. I have a little bit, but people out there wearing Titan stuff, just represent as well. You know,
Please.
Don't get loud at
Please.
Publix at the cashier, this and that. I mean, I know everybody's human, but
Yeah.
if you're wearing a Titan shirt, just like we tell our athletes and our employees to represent the company well.
Yeah.
So we haven't had any of that, which is good. I haven't heard of any. This guy's down here in a Titan shirt, yelling, causing up a storm. I haven't heard of that, which is a good thing. So, just always try to represent well and always realize that you could be recorded.
Oh,
Everything's being listened to.
sure.
So just people take it the other way where they try to do too much. Oh, I'm only on camera. Maybe I'll get famous.
Yeah.
You got to be mindful of what you put in your body. Be mindful of what you say, how you act.
Absolutely.
You're being monitored all the time.
100%. And
With your job, you could have a job and put something on Facebook they don't like, you're
and
fired.
Yeah.
So you got to be mindful of everything.
And I have had people call up and be like, this person is one of your people, and they're wearing your shirt. And I'm like, you know how many shirts we give out?
Yeah.
And I have no idea who this person is.
Yeah.
I really don't. Like, if there was Drew or something, I know who Drew is. I only have so many athletes. So at that point, like, I know who my people are, and they do represent the brand very well. So if there's people out there and you get a free shirt or you're representing Titan Medical Center, please represent.
Because we're literally passing out thousands of T-shirts a year. Thousands, not one, thousands. So, I mean, certain events, big events, we do Olympia stuff. We're passing out 1,000, 2,000 just there that day.
Oh,
so,
man,
yeah.
for sure.
Stuff. I love seeing people in other countries wearing Titan stuff, and they can't even get it yet, but they still represent. I love that.
It's nice. We have people that aren't patients that just want to represent the brand and love what we stand for.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, too. We appreciate that. Should I keep bulking at 18 to build as much muscle as I can?
Yes,
absolutely.
Definitely. 18, yes.
Dude, 18, man. And this is another thing. Go all the way through your genetics, right? Even if they're bad genetics. Max them out wherever you possibly can, right? And then if you're feeling bad or you're feeling symptomatic later on down the road, then start messing with this. I know a lot of young guys, at 15 years old now, that my son knows, that are taking Tren.
It's ridiculous.
Because of Tren twins. And I'm not knocking the Tren twins.
Yeah.
But at that point, they think that these guys are doing it, they're going to get big, but they're really messing with themselves. And this is a forever thing. If you start messing around too young with some of these different hormones or some of these anabolics, it will affect you later on in life, and you have a long life to live, hopefully. So at that point, do the right thing. Don't look for some of these different things like steroids. I mean, some of these kids are like, Peter, I know your dad owns a clinic. You need to get this from me. Can you give me a bottle test? I'm like, yeah, right. No way.
Right?
No way. So it's just kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
Tony said, I need help. Need to sign up. Call or text our main number, only number, 727-389-3220, and tell them you've seen us on Titan Lifestyle, me and Big Dru.
Another thing, too, with taking stuff early, I know a lot of the bodybuilders that were teen national sensations and this and that.
Yeah.
They're done at 26, 27, burnt out.
Yep.
I'm not going to call any names, but there's been a lot of teen phenomenal guys that look crazy. Oh, my God, looks like he's 35. Yeah, because he's all messed up early, but they burn themselves out.
Yeah.
Especially if you're bodybuilding, because I heard him say bulking, maybe he's an up-and-coming bodybuilder. Your prime years of bodybuilding is like 35 to 40.
Yep.
Ronnie Coleman, when he was winning all those Olympias, he was like 35 to 40, 41.
Yep.
So you still have literally 10, 15 years before you're in your prime. So if you take it now, you're going to be messed up. Like you're
drink water, do the right things. Do this until you possibly can.
Like eat until you physically can't eat no more. As long as it's quality food, if your stomach and eat.
Yes.
Eat. Get on the schedule. You're using the bathroom. Get on the schedule. You're good.
Yes.
Just keep on eating, pounding the food in the water. If people tell you eating too much, tell them don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just keep on eating clean food, not McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and Ben and Jerry's.
No dirty bulking.
Yeah, eat good food. Just eat a lot of it.
That's
A
right.
real butter. Don't be afraid of real butter. Real raw milk.
Yep.
Like real steak, real eggs.
Yep.
Just keep on eating.
So true. It's definitely so true. Sean Purcell, what's going on today? Missed you guys.
Yes, Sean, I'm back. Thank you. I missed you too.
Joe Bings, what's going on? I appreciate you guys joining in. All right, so let's talk about our topic of the day. If you guys have questions, we'll answer those questions. Nutrition Solutions, Sean Purcell. How's it going over there? My boy Chris Cavallini is definitely taking care of you, hopefully. Okay, so let's talk about our topic. And if you guys have questions, we'll get to your questions right away. But the topic.
Yeah, you guys have heard Diddy.
Woo!
What are the allegations made against Sean Diddy Combs? You guys, I'm
the
sure.
Diddler.
If you haven't heard, if you've been underneath the rock, Sean Combs, formerly known as Diddy, Bad Boy, record label owner, worked with Biggie and all that stuff. They raided his house and he has a sex trafficking and all this stuff going on.
Yep.
He's had a whole bunch of allegations. They keep finding out more stuff.
Yep.
He's got people with feds
Yep.
cases on him. A lot of anonymous people. I'm sure these people are famous too.
Yep.
I always hear about these parties. I heard about all these Diddy parties
my God.
for years and years. They're like, oh yeah, you got a Diddy party. You open the door, you see crazy stuff. You don't know what's going on. Now all that stuff is finally getting exposed.
Woo!
They found cameras in almost every single house and at every angle where there's no blind spots in his whole house. So he's basically been using that, having these crazy parties, and then saying, look, don't say anything. I got you on camera. I'll use it or whatever. And now it's getting bad. I mean, Cassie had her thing, but I'm interested to see how it plays out. I don't know why he ran.
No.
They come to his house and he finds out they're there. Next thing you know, he's running away. He's in a hotel. Now he's who knows where he's at.
He flew out to the Bahamas. Now he's back in Miami.
He is. Yeah, he's always
Back
back.
in Miami. Yeah. So
I don't know. I don't know why you would do. But when you have money like that, you can't. I don't know. He's probably just doesn't want to be held right now to figure everything out. But
I mean, it's
bad.
Nothing has came up. So they haven't put any charges against him, right? And there's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories out there, like, hey, they raided his house to get a hold of this stuff, so he couldn't blackmail some of these politicians or celebrities or whatever it is. I mean, obviously something happened with Cassie because, when Cassie brought the lawsuit to him, I mean, it was usually these celebrities, they had enough money, they're going to fight it to the T, right? Just keep you going through court, and whoever has the most money usually wins. But he settled with it within a day. And it was a huge slump. So it wasn't $1 million.
Yeah,
it was $100 million.
That's crazy. When you write a check like that, it's almost like it's almost like, yes, I'm guilty.
Yes.
But the thing is, people look at the money, they're just like, okay, like there's nothing they can do. Some of the stuff though is bad because it involves. It's not just about like celebrities and it's about minors. Like there's one on here. It's Jane Doe. Obviously, they're not going to say who it is.
Yep.
It says he was hit with another lawsuit, which he had drugged and SA'd a 17-year-old girl in 2003.
Yep.
So, I mean, that now we're talking about minors and it's
drugging
getting
people.
bad. Yeah, it's getting bad.
They said Young Miami and a couple other ones were sex workers. And I know 50 Cent's been trolling the hell out of Diddy.
Yeah.
And his baby mama, 50 Cent's baby mama, is named in these court documents as one of the sex workers. Young Miami was supposed to be, transferring pink cocaine, which is probably 2C, along with this. So, I mean, there's just so much different stuff. And listen, celebrities do drugs, right? I know a lot of people that have a lot of money, do a lot of drugs. Do I do it? No. But at that point, like, they do what they do. That's fine. They're not hurting anybody. But when they start drugging other people or start affecting minors and stuff like that, then it's going to be a problem, right? And they should get what's coming to them. Listen, we're adults, and you do what you want with yourself. But when you start involving other people and minors, then that is going to cross the line. And I hope you do get exposed.
It's kind of like what I said earlier. You're always being recorded and you're always being watched. Like, I don't care where you are, so you got to be mindful.
And man, they've got and they're bringing up like these past videos and stuff like that. Like he was on Nickelodeon and told this kid to like put a helicopter down this kid's pants. Like,
yeah, and I saw the Justin Bieber video, and all these videos I see now are like, how could we not see this coming?
This is questionable, right?
Like, how could we not? I was watching something on he was a judge on this show called The Four or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like a singing show.
Yeah.
And one of the younger guys, it was like, and the way he was just like talking with him, I'm like, now that we know what he's about, we could see it, but it was almost like we're blind before. But now that we know, it's like, this has been going on for a long time. Like clips of him kissing guys and grabbing on people in public.
I seen the Mike Tyson one where he was on Jimmy Kimmel or whatever it was, the night show, and he like had his hand on his leg, and Mike Tyson grabs this guy's hand, moves it away, and then moves over from him.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I gotta watch that.
Damn, I mean,
I would just imagine if Mike
Tyson,
funny.
He'll punch you out.
Yeah, that would have been funny if they would have got into something.
He don't play that. I don't care. He's had a lot of power, had a lot of money. And Sean Purcell put on here, absolute power corrupts, absolutely.
Yeah.
There are some people, well, this does affect them, right? And there are some people that I've seen that have a lot of money and they're not affected like that. But, power can definitely corrupt. And when you think that you're untouchable, you do all kinds of crazy ass stuff. Yeah. I mean, think about Diddy back in the day. He went in with Jennifer Lopez, had her bring a gun in the club, and they shot up the club. They shot at somebody in the club.
Yeah.
Right? Remember that? I mean, there's obviously some different things that are going on, So, it is what it is, and we'll see how this all plays out, and we'll keep an update. Now, I told Drew, I said, listen, there's just more stuff coming out every day.
Yeah,
like, we got
every week we'll probably bring just give you guys a little bit of updates what's going on.
If there's anything crazy that goes on.
I'm looking at so many allegations right now.
It's crazy, guys. It's definitely crazy. So
the videos, man, yeah.
But that's it, guys. I think that is Titan Lifestyle. I think we did a great show. I know we're off TikTok because we went too long.
Yeah.
We only get an hour on there, so.
Yeah, it was a great show. Great questions. I love when you guys ask questions.
Absolutely.
And again, no question's a bad question. Obviously, we keep it PG. Don't ain't crazy.
Right.
But it doesn't always have to be about building muscle and having a six pack.
Yeah.
I like to tell people all the time because they see me and they're like, "Oh, I want to be with Titan, but you're too." You don't have to be.
Oh my God.
You could be a regular person. Most of our people are just regular people.
They are.
Like regular. They don't have a gym membership. They don't even know what working out is. They just look good, feel good.
I would say 80% of our people are normal people that look normal and they could care less about getting big.
Right.
Their big thing is, I want more energy. I want to feel better the next day. I want better bedroom performance. I want a better mental clarity. I want to just look good, right? Instead of getting big. I know one of the things when I first started the clinic, I had on TV. I always play pumping iron. Yeah. And those people would come in and be like, I don't want to look like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh damn, maybe I should stop putting pumping iron on the TV, right? Because that's what I like to watch. At that point, like that's not what a lot of people want to do. So totally
maybe
fine.
get like a T-shirt made. It ain't just about muscle, or we got stuff for everybody, or something.
Yes.
Something.
Yes.
Just let people know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. We appreciate you guys joining us. We'll be back next week with another Titan Lifestyle, 2 p.m. Please tune in. If you guys got any questions, save them till then, and we'll answer them live right here with you guys. So we can help everybody learn and get more knowledge. That's what it's all about, us pushing out knowledge and getting everybody on the same page. And at that point, having people more comfortable and spreading the great word of Titan Medical Center.
Yeah, like John said, we'll be back next week. If you guys want to check out what streams we're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube. If you want to see the main screen where it has the background and all that and the comments and questions, that's on Titan Medical's Instagram and Titan Medical's Facebook. Yep. I'll also post it to my Facebook later. We also have a podcast. If you guys want to listen to us. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the bell. You notify the videos just like this.
Yes.
We'll be back next week. Have a great week. This is Titan Lifestyle, my brother from another mother.